This is DOM IX5KG. It's a dimple lock from DOM. Here are the markings on the bowl. This one, it's for the KG thingy. It's from German. It's a word for ball bearing, which forms the interactive element in the key. And there are actually two pins that check the element is there and that it can move. Also, the word is this lock contains rattlesnake spools. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun to pick. So 1 is springy, 2 is springy, 3 is bound, but no click, just still is springy, 4 is springy, now 5 is bound. Got some tiny clicks, so hopefully it's set. So 1 needed a push, 2 is springy, 3 needed a touch, 2 is still springy, 4 is springy. For that 5 I'll use a deeper hook probably in a minute. 1 needed a slight touch, 2 needed a slight touch, 3 needed another. These are playing some taper game. 4 is springy and I can't fully reach 5, so we'll check with a deeper hook. So 1 is springy, 2 is springy, 3 is springy, 4 is springy, yeah, 5 feels pretty springy too. 1 springy, 2 springy, 3 springy, 4 was bound a bit, yeah, and while moving it I think I dropped something, so we'll recheck. So 1 is springy, 2 needed a small touch, 3 needed a small touch, 1 springy, 2 springy, 3 springy. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Okay, touched 4 a bit more and got a nice core rotation, so we'll recheck. 1, 2, touched 3 and got a tiny click. 1 springy, 2 springy, 3 springy. 4 feels well, 5 feels well too, so let's try the check pin. There's the first one, but we are going after the The second one. Come on. Oh, come on. Yeah. And we are open. Yay. So the lock is picked. Let's relock it for the gutting. Nope. So hopefully this way, well, there are some passive pins on top and the bottom, so we'll try this way. Okay, perfect. So here you can see the pins. In chamber 2 you can see there's the steel insert in the pin as an anti-drilling protection, and these two pins interact with the interactive element. Now you can see both are up, but when I pull the key out, you will see that the second one drops, and there you need to push it up to allow the core rotation. If the element was not movable, this pin would cause trouble. So this way the interactive element is being checked. There are some passive pins on the side, and there are some holes for the passive pins on the top of the core. So let's dump the key pins. So it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll try to push out these interactives, or pins for checking the interactive element. Okay. So let's put them here and here. And let's drop the passive pins. Okay. The keyway is not all that hard. The only problem is pushing the elements for the or pins for the interactive element checking. At least, well, the second one. And now let's see the drivers. The first three felt like normal drivers. Oh, the second one is a rattlesnake, but definitely didn't feel like one. Three is standard. Four is a rattlesnake. Come on. I'm trying to catch the driver for the check pin, but didn't manage to get it out so far. So let's put it here. There's actually just one chamber, not sure if you can see it, for the check pin. I mean the driver for the check pin. The other is just directly against the wall of the Bible. So if the element was not there and there was just a movable piece of metal, you wouldn't be able to push the key in. So also that chamber explains this thing. It's drilled in this direction, so that way the chamber is formed. Here's the spring for this check pin, and here are the springs for the rest. So let me arrange the pins for the close-up. Well, I'll put them probably here. So here you can see the pins. The number 2 and 4 were the rattlesnakes, but to be honest, in a dimple lock they are not as bad as they would be in a usual pin tumbler. The biggest problem of this lock was, let's say, the tapering effect between the first, especially the first 3 pins, but also the rest. When not exactly in the right position, you would completely lose the feedback until you manage to nudge them back into the right position. Here are the interactive element check pins. The first pin does not have a driver, it just sits there and it's touching the Bible wall. So if the interactive element is not present, it will not allow insertion of the key. And also the second pin with its driver, it checks the interactive element can move. So this one needs to be pushed down in order to pick the lock. Here's the key. Not sure how well it's visible. Here's the core, sorry. Detail of the keyway. It's not all that bad, but the truth is that you need to switch the flags in order to really push down the deep sitting pins. Here's the Bible with a special chamber for check pin. And yeah, that was the DOM IX5 KG. Thanks for watching and goodbye.